Hi everyone, this is Coach RT, one of the co-founders of NextPay, and today I'm going to show you how easy it is to send money to any bank or e-wallet in the Philippines using your NextPay account. All right, so once you log on to the NextPay platform, the first thing you'll see is this really easy to use dashboard that allows you to have all the information and also access to everything that you need to do with your account. So the first thing you'll see is your balance. So you can see here that in my test account, the balance of my account or my company is about 74,000 pesos. And I can see the different transactions that I've done in the past. And then what are the things that I could do? So for us today, we're going to send a transaction. We're going to send money to any bank or e-wallet in the Philippines. For this example, let's say we are doing a supplier payment. So once that pops up, the first thing we need to do is to name the transaction. So let's just say that this is a payout to supplier A. We want to send that money today and we want the recipient to receive the money today. Now we can add a private comment about this transaction, which can only be read and seen by members of our team. So let's just say we say, this is a payment for our UX project supplier on August 2024. So this also helps my team to be able to see the details and understand the reason for the transaction. So this is something that they can see in the reports and they can see on the details of each transaction. Now we choose who do we send it to. So right now, let's assume that the supplier that we're sending money to, supplier A, is a new one. So let's just make a new recipient. And let's say that we are going to send 5,000 pesos to that supplier. Now, we can leave a note that can be seen and can be read by the recipient. So let's just send a short note. Thanks again. Here's the payment for the UX project with NextPay. Hope to work with you again next time. So after we've confirmed the details on this first page, next we put the details of our recipient. So as you can see, it's a new recipient. And all we need to do is put in the details. So supplier name, let's just call it supplier A. And then the email address, let's just put supplier A at uxdesigner.com. The mobile number. And then with NextPay, you can send to any bank or e-wallet in the Philippines. So as you can see here, we are selecting banks and e-wallets. And the fee is for every 50,000 peso transaction. So since our transaction is only 5,000, it will only be sent in one transfer. So now we choose the bank or e-wallet. And you can see here is the list of all of the banks and e-wallets that you can send to. Now, interestingly, our experience is that the users of our platform, more than 70% actually send out to an e-wallet. So for this example, let's just go with GCash. So now we just need to put the account number, which is the mobile number, and the account name. So let's just say that the account name is Juan de la Cruz there. And then I can add that supplier to my directory by clicking this button. And what happens is it gets saved. So all the details of the supplier will get saved in my directory. And now I'll be able to send money easily to the supplier again in the future. So it'll even be faster next time. So once we're ready and we've seen that all the details here are correct, now we can review our transaction and the details. So as we can see here, this is a payout to supplier A. That is the name of the transaction. It's going to be sent out today. Today's date is August 28th. And the recipient details are the name of the supplier, supplier A. That's the label that I've put for that supplier. The email address is supplier A at uxdesigner.com. This is the mobile number. This is categorized as a supplier payment. We are going to send to the supplier's GCash account, which has this mobile number and this account name. And then the amount is 5,000 pesos. And then you will see the different fees here. Since this is a test account, there are no fees. But in a normal transaction, you can actually see how much this transaction will cost. And you'll see the breakdown. So you have full visibility and transparency of how much this transaction is going to cost you to send money. And then we can see the note. Thanks again. Here's the payment for the UX project with NextPay. Hope to work with you again next time. You can check this out. I'll do one final run on the details and then you can click edit if you need to change anything. But let's assume that all of this is already correct. So once we are sure that all the details are correct, what happens next is that the transaction has to be approved. Now, in a normal transaction, usually there are two separate people that do this. There's one person that creates this disbursement or creates this transaction, and a separate person that approves this. So, this is based on standard finance practices where the person creating the disbursement is different from the approver. In this scenario and in this test transaction, I am both the or transaction maker and I'm also the approver. But let's just pretend that a different person needs to approve. So what will happen is when we click approve disbursement, the approver will receive an email and an SMS notification that they need to approve the transaction. And then they will click on a link that will bring them here. And they are able to see this. And all they need to do is type approve. As you can see, you need to follow this very strictly. Otherwise, the approve button will not be active. So if I write and I type this out again in the correct way, it becomes active. And now I just need to click approve disbursement. And that's it. That's how fast it can be to send money to any bank or e-wallet in the Philippines. So what's happening right now is the transaction is being processed and queued on the NextPay platform and ready to send out as soon as the disbursement or the transaction time and date is hit. And since we asked it to send it today, this is going to happen as soon as possible. So as you can see, the disbursement has been approved. And now all I need to do is click on, I can look at the details by clicking on this button. And I can see that it is scheduled to be sent out today. Here are the details of the transaction. And I can even see the note that I typed up, both the note for the recipient and the internal note for my team and the total amount. And that's it. That's how easy it is to send money to any bank or e-wallet in the Philippines using the NextPay platform. And we were able to do that in less than 5 minutes. So if this is something that your business needs, please check out nextpay.ph. If you want to have a more guided setup and if you want help in terms of us helping you out on how to use the platform, please book a call with us and I would gladly help you understand the process so that you can get up and running quickly.